cherry 7-Up. I like the cherry Sprite better because it's clear. Doesn't have the red dye. But I won't go into the place that sells it. Because they're still hanging on to their freaking mask mandate. You can't come into the store unless you have a mask on. And I think it's retarded, so I'm not playing their stupid reindeer games. The whole world has turned into a bad game, as Simon says. Simon's an imbecile. Ooh, dear. That's no bueno. Good thing I put the lid back on. That would have shot all over me. I think I want to do this light. I think I'm looking for I'm in the market for some new lighting. It's time for an upgrade. Step into the next chapter. Yeah. Hello, welcome to my tube. My name is Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I get stuff off my chest here. The nonsense. And I make mention of the sensical when I see it. When I see it. If I see it, when I see it. I don't see it very often these days. Not a whole... Yeah. Anyway. Interesting last couple days. I wanted to get me and Mom a nice meal yesterday. I had cravings for some like barbecued wings, but I didn't want like crappy like Domino's pizza crap, you know, stuff like that. So a buddy of mine works at a restaurant. So I was like, you know what? I'll check it out. I looked it up online. You know, they tout themselves for having a lot of fresh farm from farm to table products, vegetables, stuff like that. Meaning that they buy produce if they can in the local area, kind of thing. So I was like, all right, I'll check it out. They had some wings. So I ordered 6-piece wings, a salad. They had a pad thai, and I got chicken pad thai, which I used to get when I lived in Omaha at the place with the yellow door. It was really good. And then what else did I get? Mom a cheeseburger. And I went and I picked it up. And when I called and placed the order, they said, okay, well we added 20% gratuity right off the bat for to-go orders, and we charge $1 processing fee, and then we added 20% gratuity, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, and they're like, that's something that they did for us when COVID happened. And I was like, all right, COVID's over and you're still taking advantage of stuff. So that was like my first impression of the place. So I was like, all right, whatever. And then I go to pick it up and she gives me my ticket to sign, and it was $98 fucking dollars. I just went and I'll spend $100 on a plate of food for like good food, because I'm a foodie. I love food, and you know, the better quality of food, it's worth it to me. Because the better quality of food, the better your body responds to it, the better it is for you. So I was like, holy shit. I hope it's freaking remarkable. And I get home, and I was like, and it was all labeled and stuff. And I was like, all right, Mom, we'll start with this salad. It was like a side salad with like microgreens and stuff, with some little berries and pinyon seeds, like sesame, like pine seeds thrown on top. And I got the lunch menu because I heard my buddy. I said hi. You know, he came out to say hi. And he's like, "Did she?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, she. It's a lunch menu." It's like, all right. So it was a mediocre salad, and then there's two kinds of wings, and I wanted the kind. Since they're upselling everything, I thought they were gonna give me the best. You know, like because there's two kind of wings. One just like the deep fried wings, and then one with some sauce on it, and I wanted the one with the sauce, and I didn't get it. That's my own fault for not clarifying. So that was six wings, a salad, a mediocre salad, wings. The pad thai was mediocre. Mom's burger was okay. I could have got one for $4 at Blake's, and it would have been comparable. And this is what I'm like. Okay, when I talk about the heart space of a place, the heart space of greed will not succeed. But like a place that wants to just provide like good food for a decent price for everybody, those are the ones that are gonna succeed. Not tacking on 20%. It's just people take advantage. So it's like, yeah, you got me that time, but I ain't gonna go back, and I ain't gonna endorse it. And if anybody ever asks me what I think about it, I'll be sure and let them know. But I appreciate my buddies still. That's what I'm thinking, man. People can be cool, and they aren't to me. Mostly. Sometimes I get lucky. God gives me earth angels. I get earth angels. Every now and again, they come into my life. What else happened recently? Oh, when I went into Wally World today. I don't know what it is about. I mean, maybe it's like living in a small town. People like feel inferior. They do. People really do. I mean, they live here their whole life. They ain't never been nowhere, never done anything else. And like the town is deteriorating, and it's aside for the tourists coming in to ski. I mean, and people like coming to look at the freaking gorge, a crack in the ass of freaking the southwest. I mean, it ain't this. It's another town. It's another city run by corrupt people. It's more of that. It's not an exceptional place that like remarkable people have made it outstanding. No, it's just more crap, just like every place else. There is a difference though. At least when I lived in Oregon, they wasted their resources and stuff instead of helping people homeless and stuff like that. They like spraying the lines on the roads. They're constantly like every couple weeks they were spraying make sure you could see those lines. Right? All over town. There's like special crews just to do that. Here it's like you can't even ride a bike anywhere because the freaking roads are so shitty in Taos, New Mexico. And they have this like this money laundering project that's going right down the middle of town. They siphon, they designate multi-millions of dollars for this project. And they stopped working on it a few weeks ago. I'm sure they'll kick it, And then when they come back to work, everybody, all the construction workers, and they'll all have new trucks, $70,000, $80,000 trucks, because all the stimulus, it all went to the companies. All this bailout money, all went to the companies. It don't go to the people. Well, it went to some people in New Mexico because evidently there's a rash of people going around with Visa cards, and they're getting extra money for food for Visa cards, or they get extra allowance for shampoo and stuff. Everybody's getting extra, and I'm like, me and Mom don't got no dibs on that, So it ain't for everybody. You got it. Everything's cliquey. Everything's a club. Everything's nepotism. Who you know. And I used to be a part of it. That's how I know. I used to benefit from it. I used to take advantage of all the, perks of freaking working at a Jesuit university, going to, you know, all the events, because you always get events when you work in corporate USA. Because I was in IT, so I didn't get paid worth of shit. So they give you perks like tickets to like the College World Series, which I didn't give a shit about. I hated that stuff. And the place where I worked at Creighton, they would talk about locking down their wireless more when the College World Series comes to town, because the human trafficking was extra. You don't want the human traffickers to using your wireless any more than they already did. Though, Creighton, with all the tunnels under your freaking university and stuff. So, anyway, when I went into Wally World today, I just went in to get some cat food for the outside cats and a couple other things, and I don't even know what it is about people. Like, what do I don't even think I look like a shyster, right? I don't look like a shady person. And the lady at the door is like, "Can I check your receipt, please?" And I was like, at Walmart, I said, "What is this, Costco?" I'm like, "This ain't Costco." And so I showed her my receipt, but I showed her the back of it. I'm like, "Here it is," And I'm just like, people are just so lame. They're just so lame. And I'm like, too bad I'm not paying Costco prices here. I'm like, lady, you're standing at a door at a Walmart in Taos, New Mexico. If you saw what they're doing in Walgreens and like places, businesses all over San Francisco, maybe she'd shut the fuck up. Because you know what they're doing in San Francisco? There's people going in, Ma, in backpacks and stuff, and they're going to the places that are the parts of the store where they have stuff under lock and key, and they're just freaking raking off that stuff. They're still in the top dollar stuff, the expensive stuff, right? But that's okay, because the company gets compensated. The companies get insurance, so they get more money back. Heck, they like it when people steal from them, because they get so much more back than what they would have got if they just would have sold the product. Because it's all a scam. Insurance, all that, it's all a scam. But look at all the people that benefit from it. I see it in my feed every day. Every day. I saw a dude today. He needed a new toolbox, bedliner toolbox for the back of his truck, right? And they're like not quite $700. He's up in Alaska, so everything's more expensive, right? So he posts, the sign with the price, 680, whatever it was, 647, however, it was over 600, less than 700 for one of these toolboxes, right? And he writes, oh, I got one for this truck, that truck, and another truck that I have. One person, right, has all these vehicles. And I was like, man, the industrial military complex really served you well. Or you served it. Whatever. The Bros Club. The ultimate Bros Club. It's just freaking ridiculous when so many people need so much. And freaking, And then I'm like, that's how he's winning. People are keep talking about the war. I'm like, dude, World War III is of a spiritual variety. It's about people choosing to live from their ego. All that earthly stuff. Easing God out. Or people living from their spirit, their heart space. That collective consciousness attitude. That there's enough for everybody and everybody should take care of everybody. That kind of stuff. And really mean it. Not just tout it and then people throw money at them for saying, oh, you care about people. This is for help all the people. And like those BLM people that spend or buying $1 million mansions and stuff like that. That's not what they were talking about. That's not what they meant. But people keep running after that ego stuff, man. I'm seeing it. They call it evolving. They're expanding their consciousness and raising their vibration and manifesting all this success. And I'm like, dude, anybody that's trying to manifest all that monetary success, I'm like, we ain't of the same spirit, because all that is superficial bullshit. And if people aren't putting money in people's hands to help them, then you ain't helping nobody. You're getting tax write-offs. And that don't count either. That's cheating. I'm so tired of all the cheaters on this planet, man. So many people haven't gotten advantages in life because we're playing the fair and square. And the whole freaking world is full of cheaters. Liars and cheats. You know, I'm sorry they're your freaking, you know, your mom's, dad's, uncles, brothers, and sisters. I got some freaking cheater scumbags in my family, too. Because I'm related to these people. To me, it helps me motivate me to be less of a douche, because I don't want to be like them, you know. Every day, you know, they all talk. That's why I hate when they do this stuff, this worldwide fear, because I remember when I was in the Air Force, they'd come up with these stupid rules. Someone would come in to the work section. And this, okay, well, this is how we're gonna, I don't know how you did it before, but this is how we're gonna do it now, because of how we felt that day and all that stuff. And it's just so stupid, because you just had to ride the wave, because it never lasts. Just like software updates. There's a new software update. Everybody's changing their interface. On the, you know, and it's like, as a computer professional, I never get excited about features that come out. Oh, that's a great feature. Well, don't freaking get excited about it. It's only going to last 2 weeks. It probably isn't going to make it through because they're all freaking on Adderall, spun out freaking Diet Mountain Dew, swiveling freaking sweaty dudes. Those are the programmers. You know, they're out there still cutting and pasting everything. Anyway, so it's like, where I live, most people are still wearing them. They're a bunch of cowards, man. Bunch of cowards. Everybody in New Mexico traded their freedoms for casinos. You know? And it's like, all these people are so worried about health. Very little physical, I mean, people are just fat they're grossly obese. Don't tout to me. I work out. I eat right. Mom works out. She eats right. You know, we work hard to maintain the physical capabilities that we have, and people don't, and they didn't. And this is about those people buckling, you know. And they had people that got sick and died in their family. Yeah, and that's on them, because they should have walked with them around the street and stuff, like around the block. Got out, got some fresh air. Danced a little bit. Had a good time. But everybody eats those. It's all about the freaking red or green chilies. Really? As long as it's freaking smothered in cheese and freaking on meat and whatever, dude. So people touting to me, telling me about what I need to do to help other people stay healthy, when for the last 5 years, 2 people on this planet have helped me substantially. And I never even met either of them. 2. Never even met, but everybody on my news feed, everybody that, all the social media, all the declarations I put out when I was in need. I need help. And it was one guy. I mean, I thought we were friends, but I'd come to find out who your friends aren't. Don't worry, Brooke. Don't worry. If I ever come back to Redding, went to high school with her, which I won't, I will not look you up. Rest assured. And I will not be back for any kind of high school reunion. Redding, California never did me no favors. Never did. And really had an opportunity. That would have been a good story. But that's not how it was supposed to go. So, here I am. 2 states over, 3 and trying to decide, all right, Mom, where are we going to live? Where's our forever home going to be? So I would like to be around people that are like me, I freaking went to the coffee shop this morning, and it's just like, there's freaking Ken, Barbie, and their kids were in there. Only they're like middle-aged, It's like, the guy's probably in his 50s with his wife, mid-50s, late, they're two, either they graduated high school or they're in college, whatever. Nice family ski trip, get the coffee, then go up and hit the slopes and the ski valley. I'm like, dude, there are so many people in need of so many basic things, like just freaking socks. I just think about how many people need clean socks without holes and stuff like that. Travelers, people traveling that don't have addresses and stuff like that. Clean socks and and the importance of that. But they're just living the lap of luxury, and there's so many people doing that, and that's how freaking Satan wins. When people are just, I'm living the best version of my life. Whatever everybody else is doing is on them. Something's going to happen in a big way. Something's going to happen in a big way, and it's not going to impact just a small community where people can, have a couple GoFundMe to help the people. No, it's going to impact in a planetary way. Yep. Indeedly deed. And then we'll see how much people really care about people. See, because there's so many people that have they're getting their way here and they're getting their way here, and they got all this COVID bailout money. There was an article today, as a matter of fact, about how so many people got overpaid. And now the state of New Mexico asks thousands of New Mexicans to return unemployment benefits. See, and that's the thing, is here's the deal. Is now that people have seen what's going on in Canada, and how if they don't like something that you do, they mess with your money, your livelihood. So I hope people can get by on the kindness of their heart and their wonderful wonderful personalities and sunny dispositions, because you're gonna start seeing more incidents like this, and they're gonna get access. And they're going to say, you owe us. And how many instances are there going to be? Are they going to say, you owe us, but you don't owe them? Or they mistake you for somebody else because their programs got weird and the numbers read, and there's a mistake because technology is made by man, and man is oh so fallible, yet people put so much faith in technology. And it's not even as reliable as a light bulb. You turn on a light switch, a light bulb goes on. You turn it off, the contact opens. Light bulb goes off. Technology, it is so much more random than that. Maybe your stuff will work, maybe it won't. Everybody wants to go to electronic everything till the power goes out. People gonna get by on their freaking wonderful looks, their sunny dispositions, if you can't get access to what you need because somebody somewhere doesn't like you. Dude, that stuff happens all the time. I've had freaking my life threatened, the police don't come. I've had someone steals a trailer out of the yard, the police don't come. But I say something on YouTube that somebody doesn't like, and then the police show up at my house? I mean, come on. I understand that this stuff happens. Fortunately, I think it's my saving grace is Mom and take care of Mom, because, people think that mama bears are frickin' tough and gruff, frickin' bring some shit to my house and threaten me and my mother. And see how it goes. See, because I don't need a gun. I'll fucking ruin somebody's day with a can of soup. I'm a wonderful aim. I was marksman in the Air Force, and I live by the sword, die by the sword. And I don't want a gun. Because if I have a gun, that is just creating the energetic field to draw an instance where I would need to use the said gun. So, people think mama bears are tough. I've been protecting and looking out for my mom since I was a little girl. I'm really good at it. So, I know the world. I believe that people really are waking up to the idea that we have been proposed a story. I called this talk today. What did I call it? The fourth wall. Tango, I said, let me out. I just want to play. I'm so cute. That's a cute little tango. Come on, little meepies. It does a little meepy. It doesn't work out. The fourth wall. The fourth wall came from, I first heard it on Northern Exposure. I'm fan. Northern Exposure, I'm fan. And it came from an episode of War and Peace that originally aired the 13th of May, 1991. And it was the 6th episode in the 2nd season when the Russian came to see the town of Sicily. And there's a scene in it. It's the beginning or the end of the last beginning of the last act. I don't know. I can't. Anyway, and they call it breaking the fourth wall. And I was like, okay. And I saw because I was watching a video about it on the YouTube. And so I looked it up because it was a concept that I hadn't heard before. I mean, I've heard of it in passing, but I didn't really understand what it meant. And so I looked it up because that's what I do. I get curious about stuff. So the fourth wall is a performance convention in which an invisible imagined wall separates actors from the audience. While the audience can see through this wall, the convention assumes the actors act as if they cannot. From the 16th century onward, the rise of the Illuminati... Okay, my point is, this is what I mean when they say, everything's a reindeer game. Like they create curriculum, universities, places of education, where people go to be taught about random shit, right? And then they're tested on it. And stuff like this, it's all made up. A performance convention. What does that have to do with the survival of any human being? It's made up stuff. This whole planet is driven by stuff to support made up bullshit. Dramatic conventions are the specific actions and techniques the actor, writer, or director has employed to create a desired dramatic effect and style. People get so crazy tripped out on this stuff. These are the people that are employed that are creating the world stage as we understand it now. That in conjunction with astrologers. You have these astrologers that recognize these placements in the sky and they say, okay, these things are coming up. The potentials for these things could happen. And so you have the people who are like, okay, cue BS military conflict, invoke fear into the masses when there's another way things can go. Because people have free will. They're just not using their free will for the good of everybody. They're using their free will for the advancement of themselves. People are going to have to learn to, I mean, for freaking, it's just such cognitive dissonance for 2 years. Everybody stay in your house for the betterment of everybody and the health of everyone around you that you don't know, right? And then, like, the same week that they're like, okay, mandate, okay, that's over. We're done with that. That was nice. You know, it's like, when this stuff starts, I always know that there's an end. Like, okay, one day I'm not going to have to put up with this. People are just going to be done with it, right? And they're just, you know, they're just done with it. You know, people's lives have been ruined. You know, families have been ruined. Yeah, there's good to come of it. There's, you know, people have committed suicide. You know, like, alcoholism is freaking through the roof. People drinking at home. You know, and the health stuff that comes with all that can be a new pandemic. That can be a next pandemic of and by itself, right? And all the while I'm thinking, man, one day this is going to be over and the people are going to act like nothing happened. And you guys are acting like freaking, you know, crazy control freaks. And then, like, the people over on the Pueblo, all those freaking, that old freaking pile of misogyny over there. Talk about misogyny, you know, talk about the freaking, yeah, so all that freaking swinging wiener club going on over there. People, freaking rights, women's rights, that's hilarious. It's so cute. People, they just pay themselves to, you know, push that paper back and forth of what they say is reasonable to give to us. So that whole thing going over there, you know, they're all still, everybody's wearing, they keep it all closed up, but that's how they like it, you know. They gave away most of our land, so now you got to keep what little bit left over shut up, keep it all to yourself, right? Just how you like it, you know. So many people sold out in the last 2 years. Like, how many people freaking took any kind of money payment over freaking, you know, going to work every day? A lot of people. You know, people are supposed to be a productive part of, you know, and even if you don't go to work every day, how are you contributing to add to your community? You know, people can pick up garbage, they don't. There's all kinds of things people can do, they don't. So, things are going to get real bad. Then they'll get better. Then they'll get bad. That's how life is. So, but we're going to go through, I don't know. Things aren't ever as bad as I think that they could be. Because I just have an imagination. And I can see too much of how people's free will is. People are just self-will run riot. And you got so many drunks and junkies and stuff out there that they're not even, there's like nothing of them is left. They're just completely driven by ego. And that's when the demons come in. So we're going to see a lot more demonic freaking weird stuff. Like the ads that I see, I'm like, they're already interjecting themselves. Like, it's just bizarre stuff. People don't need to see that. That's not what the world needs to see more of. World needs to see less of that stuff. But what are you gonna do? Ma, you want to take your sunglasses off? We closed the window. Were you sleeping? Is that better? It's supposed to be like 60 degrees here come Wednesday. I was thinking maybe taking Mom out for a drive. What do you think about that, Ma? Outing would be nice. I think it would be too. Just load up all the dogs in the back of the van, throw the dog beds back, and then just take a trip up the hill. Yeah. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see how more and more people. That's the only thing that's gonna fix this planet is people are gonna have to make where they live collectively little pieces of heaven on earth. And man, those are big steps outside of themselves that they're going to have to make in order to that to happen. And people aren't really willing to part with their creature comforts. So